Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another exciting hit-scratching episode of Insane Disappearances. I am your host for today, once again. As always, sorry for the wait, but you know how it is when you got a life and everything. So, now, to start off, I want to do like a recap and an update on Freddie Seth Morgan. I talked about him on one of my previous videos about how he went missing on the job or on the premises of his job at a place called Zepp Incorporated, which is right here in Georgia. I did get a chance to comment back and forth with one of his coworkers. First, it was his best friend, which was the first person I actually talked to when I first found out about the case. And then, of course, this was like maybe a week ago when I talked to one of his coworkers, who said that he was a very fun person to be around or to work with. And that one of his other co-workers said that they had actually found him dead, which turned out to be a rumor. So they're still looking for him, as of right now. So I told him to keep me posted. He said okay. So, but yeah, there's that, and hopefully that they will find him, and they will find something to indicate where he is located at this point. But I got a brand new story for you today. I try to make sure I come at you with some good stuff. Now, this one is actually about a soldier, another African-American soldier, as a matter of fact. Well, not so much another one, not another African-American soldier, but I didn't realize the nature of his race until I actually looked at a photo of him on the internet. But this actually happened in Florida not too long ago. This is maybe a couple of days, maybe even a week, I'm not sure. But this story was actually brought to me by one of my viewers. So I thank you very much for that. And that's why I'm here. I'm doing this for him and doing this for everybody else, too, that may know something about this case or this disappearance. Now, this one, of course, the headline is Soldier Who Vanished During Land Navigation Exercise Found Dead. Okay, now this was posted on July 22nd of 2018 at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and it was updated June 22nd, 2018 at 8:56 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, so pretty much nothing has really changed about the story about this man who disappeared. It doesn't even mention his age. He looked fairly young, maybe in his early 30s, I would imagine. But to start off with, once again, this is about a soldier who went missing during a navigation training exercise. Was found dead on Friday, according to the Clay County Sheriff's Office. Okay, now the specialist, which is this young man who disappeared. His name is Calyn McLemore. He was found deceased in a wooded area on Camp Blanding. Now, a death investigation is now underway. There's no further details, that were released about, his vanishing. Now, this is a previous story about the young man. Now, this is a Pasco County Fire Rescue Crews. Well, not him, but a Pasco County Fire Rescue Crews will be helping with logistics and medical support in this search for a National Guardsman who vanished during land navigation training in the Stark area on Wednesday. Calyn McLemore, trying to make sure I say this right because I get tongue-tied with this. McLemore was supposed to have returned from the navigation training exercise at 11 a.m. on Wednesday. The soldier was part of a group of 70 to 75 people who were partaking in a series of training courses that were spread out over 25 days. The Alabama Army Reserve soldier had basic items, like water and an MRI with him for the exercise, which was only supposed to last up to a couple of hours. Now, many agencies are helping with the search, which is spread out over a 1,000-acre area. Search crews have found some of the missing soldiers' equipment, which is good. That's a start. Now, this is what they're saying. Well, actually, this is what a Camp Blanding spokesman is saying. We're just hoping that maybe he's wounded somewhere, was able to get somewhere where at least there's water close by and we can get to him. Now, nothing that leads us that leads us to believe there is anything suspicious with this. It's a tragic event as it is now. But we're remaining positive because of the heat that maybe he got off course. Water moccasins and other wildlife that can attack are threats to the missing soldiers' missing soldier safety. Now, searchers are combining the area with the help of four-wheelers, horses, canines, and rescue vehicles. Temperatures in the area are high, which is making the search challenging. It's not taking long for the guys to get worn down and need to take a break. The soldier was attending the basic leader course at Camp Blanding's 211 Regiment Regional Training Institute. The RTI hosts the Army National Guard and Army Reserve soldiers from across the nation. And that right there is pretty much all they have on what happened to this man. Like I said, this just recently happened. I got this information, I think, probably over a week ago, maybe. Let me check the comment section to see exactly when this came through. Figures. I hate it when this happens. It's like, when you get out of something, it advances every time you go back to it. Okay, let me go down to the comment section. This will tell me everything. No, it's not telling me that. Oh boy. So that means I'm going to have to go to the inbox, which will tell me everything I need to know. I mean, all I'm really trying to do is find out exactly when I got the information. So just bear with me for a couple of seconds here. As soon as I see the thumbnail for that particular video, which is the one on the woman that disappeared. I did that video a couple of weeks ago about the light-skinned woman who went missing. Here we go. Okay, this was over 4 days ago. So, depending on when the man went missing, this was 4 days after he went missing, which was on a Wednesday. So obviously I got it 4 days later after he went missing. But anyway, yeah, that's pretty much it on all of this. Like I said, with the young man Freddie from that company Zep. They still haven't found him. I really do hope that they do find him. Everybody's searching hard for him. His friends, his family, and everything. So I hope they get some type of relief from all of this. I mean, I know that if he was to be found dead, that's still, it's not a good sign, but it's a sign for the family that they actually found him and they can put him to rest. Because they said that the temperatures are rising in the area that he's in, because it's getting hot, now that it's summertime. So hopefully that something good will come out of this. So, but yeah, guys, I really don't have anything else. That was pretty much it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. But oh yeah, hold on. Okay, now there is one thing. I recently got a comment from someone about a person that I talked to in the past. I mean, talked about in the past. Let me just go back up to that. Let me see if I can find it, because it's a recent comment about an old video from when I first started, my channel. Let me see if I can find that. Just bear with me for a second. Okay, here we go. This video, I'm gonna have to go into it and make sure I know exactly the guy's name. Okay, this one is about a guy I talked about I'd say this was back in 2017 on January 13th. It's about a guy named Todd Guy who went missing in, I think, a national park, I believe. Now, the comment I got from somebody was they was saying that that I was talking about all the stuff that we all talk about when it comes to these people that disappear, you know, like invisible portals and stuff like that. Apparently, the person didn't like the fact that I was posting information about that on, you know, in the video about him. Because, see, here's my thing. When a person goes missing in a national park, some people don't want to believe that that these things are the reason why they disappeared. Some people want to think logically. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, because a lot of times there could be a logical reason why someone seemed to have vanished without a trace. You know, it may be because they ran away, or maybe it's because it just looked like they vanished, you know, because nobody was really paying attention to the fact that they left, or whatever the case may be. And in the midst of all that, they may have gotten into some sort of situation where they maybe have tripped, or they sprained their ankle and they was stranded out in the middle of nowhere and they couldn't really find help. You know, probably like when they were yelling, nobody was around, because it's all about timing in the moment when someone disappears. So if you disappear in a manner that makes it look like something happened to you in a mysterious way, I can understand that. So some people may say, okay, well, how are you just gonna say that portals have anything to do with this? You don't know that. Yeah, I know. I know that that's very true. But at the same time, we're talking about missing 411 cases, and there's a lot of mysterious criteria that pop up with a lot of these cases. Now, she was saying stuff like, you know, that he has a mom, he has family and everything, and I was disrespecting him. And she was thinking that maybe I was doing that video to get subscribers. First of all, depending on when this video was aired or posted, by that time I had already had a lot of subscribers, so it wasn't about getting subscribers. I'm gonna get subscribers regardless. This is not what this is about. I'm doing this to help the families. My thing is that whether the evidence or the criteria is very mysterious and unexplainable, that still doesn't mean that they don't have a right to know. Now, granted, the parents may not want to hear that. I understand that. The parents may not believe in all of that stuff. I understand that as well. They may be religious. They may just be logical thinking individuals. Okay, so they'll turn to like forensic evidence or just logical reasoning before they even turn to something like this. I understand that too. But at the end of the day, if that was a reason why that person disappeared, they have a right to know. I don't feel like a parent should be blocked from that type of information, because if you put everything on the table about what happened to him, the one thing that happens with a lot of these cases, when you get the National Park Service involved or the law enforcement, things tend to get covered up, especially when it gets weird, because it doesn't make any sense to people. You know, it's like a lot of the truth that we should know gets basically, how can I put this? A lot of what the truth that needs to come out is basically fused or blocked with a lot of lies. Okay? And when stuff like this happens, a person just vanishes without a trace in a national park, there's no trace of him anywhere or her anywhere, you tend to think about these things. It makes you think of that stuff. You know, and I just feel like it is very important that we all look at every option, whether it's mysterious or unexplainable. So, for the person that had a problem with that video, I apologize if you felt that way. I mean, it's really no need to apologize, because I wasn't doing it to get views. I wasn't doing it to, you know, I wasn't doing it because I don't care about the families. I have a family too. I have a little girl. So, I mean, she's 17 now. But at the same time, she, you know, I mean, I have a family. So, not saying that I would never think like that, but if there is information, whether it be something that you can't explain, I want to hear about it, because that at least give me some idea of how far her disappearance went. Now, it could be a pedophile. It could be somebody that was in the national park that may have been preying on him or her. It could be anything. It could be anything. I understand that. But you have to look at all sides. I'm a three-dimensional thinker, okay? I look at all sides of any situation, okay? And a lot of those sides have a lot to do with invisible portals or alien abduction. You name it. You know, or like dimensions that seem to just merge with ours, which is what causes people to just vanish without a trace. And I think that could be a lot of what's happening. You know, two different realities or two different levels are merging together, making it look like so identical to where we are. We just walk right into it and then we're just gone. And when that portion of that level disappears, they go with it. Now, yeah, that's pretty far-fetched. That's pretty out there. I understand that. But a lot of these cases have a lot of out there evidence that explains that something very strange happened. Okay? You have to look at that, whether you want to believe it or not. And so many people, they fear what they don't understand, so they don't want to hear about it. If it freaks them out, they don't want to have nothing to do with it. I understand it. The same thing with law enforcement, the forensic people, which is why when they find a body and they can't find the reason why they died in the first place, that freaks them out and they don't want to touch it. So what they do, they come up with some asinine reason as to why they died. They'll say they drowned or it was hypothermia. You know, David Paulides is a very big expert in that area. He knows a lot about that stuff. So he would tell you straight up that they weren't in that area long enough to develop hypothermia, or they were nowhere near. There was nowhere near the water for them to drown. So how could they have drowned? Makes no sense. You know, of course they know that we don't know because we weren't there. So naturally they're gonna just say anything. You know, they'll come up with any kind of evidence just to appease the public or the parents, the friends, and they can go home and sleep at night. But how, when you know something weird happened and you can't find the reason why they died? That's the whole point. So, for the ones that may feel like I am not respecting the families, I am. Because I'm telling them the truth. Now, I would rather tell them the ultimate truth than to tell them a half-truth. If you just doing, if you got that kind of evidence out there and there's something weird about it, I want them to know all of that. I want them to realize that something weird is going on. You know. Now, I actually got a chance to talk to Dale Stelling's mother. She hit me up with a comment on the video I did about him, and I asked her point blank, "Do you believe in the strange things that are happening in these national parks? You know, do you believe? Do you know about the missing 411 cases?" And she says yes, and that she wants to know the truth, no matter how weird it may seem. And that's what I like. Now, I never got a chance to actually talk to her. Maybe her son got to her. Maybe he didn't want to have to deal with it. And I understand that. You know, that's, you know, his mother. He's trying to protect her. I understand that wholeheartedly, and that's why I never really pushed the issue after that. You know, I say, you know, if you leave me your number, we can talk, and maybe we can set you up with an interview on my channel, and we can hear your side of the story. But it never happened. And like I said, I am not pushing the issue. When she's ready, I'll be here. And if you're out there, wife of Dale Stelling, you can hit me up in my email, which is meckdee@comcast.net. So there's that. Now, on to some more things. I wanted to talk to you guys about my cousin. I know I haven't talked about her since I posted that video about her. And now I just want to let everybody know that she's doing fine. She's been out of the hospital since maybe, I think, the day after I posted that video. She pretty much checked herself out, because I can go into a lot of, you know, detail about doctors and how they do and this and that and the other. But that's irrelevant right now. But the whole point is, my cousin is fine. She's doing well. She's back home. You know, she's still not out of the woods yet. She's still waiting for the results from her X-ray thing that I think it's the radiology test. But at this point, they still don't have any answers. You know, so you know, it is what it is. But like I said, she's fine, and she wants to thank all of you for your constant prayers and everything. So that actually did help, you know, because her sister was calling all of her prayer warriors as well. So, you know, I thank them as well. And I want to also, like I said, thank you guys for sending your prayers and your condolences to my cousin. You know, so I really appreciate that, and I love you guys for that. So. Anyway, yeah. So that's the update on that. She's doing, like I said, she's doing fine. She's back home with her family and everything. So, but I'm trying my best to work with her to get her health and her diet back on the right track. You know, so you can count on me making sure that my cousin comes out of this strong and healthy and able to raise her children. You know, 'cause I love them to death. You know, they don't need to be without their mother. You know, so. Anyway, guys, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm going to get started on the thumbnail so that you'll know what it is that I'm talking about. I got to find photos of this guy so I can post it for the thumbnail and everything. And so all I can say is keep watching. You know I'm going to have more. I may do another one later on today, maybe on some Shasta Mountain stuff. Who knows? Because I'm off today, so I got plenty of time. I got to go into work tomorrow early, so. Oh yeah, and I got family here too. You know, I got family here from New York that's coming, that's here to hang out. You know, it was my cousin's birthday on Saturday. You know, this past Saturday. So been having some. Oh wait, it's my mom. Hold on. Yes, ma'am. Well, it's this rain. That's what it is. Yeah.
The nails are good, but I gotta eat them kind of fast. I can't eat them too slowly; they'll go bad.
Right.
Okay, then. So I'm gonna get ready and get out of here and go to the store. I gotta go upstairs and put me on some shoes and stuff, and comb my hair, pick my hair. So
Okay.
to the store and get them few items. I gotta go by Publix, and then I'm gonna run by Kroger to pick up them items. You know, that was on sale. That. I was telling you I would get you 2 boxes of it.
All right.
All right, then. I'll talk to you later.
All right, Mom. Love you.
Love you too. Okay, bye.
Bye. That was my dear sweet mama. Yep. Anyway, guys. Like I said, I just once again just want to thank you guys so much for the prayers and everything for my cousin. You know, like I said, she's doing a lot better. You know, and I don't want to keep repeating it because you already done heard it. But I'm just, you know, grateful for that. So I really appreciate it. I really do. So without further ado, you know how I do it at the end of every video. Get my shaka signs up. See that? Hawaii style. Aloha, mahalo, and a hui ho. Peace out, guys. Love you.